One sentence. Endless thoughts. Episode 6. Which of your Lord's favors will you deny? فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. Then, which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? There are some things you hear so many times growing up that you almost stop hearing them. This ayah is one of them for me. Surah Ar-Rahman is one of the surahs I have always liked listening to. I grew up hearing it, I knew the rhythm, I knew the repeated question, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ, again and again and again. But sometimes you know something for years and then one day you hear it differently. I recently saw a video talking about the question that was addressed to humans and jinn. Before the person even revealed the ayah, I already thought, I know which one. And then it came, which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? And suddenly I started thinking about the question differently, because it is not only what has God given you, it is almost how much of what is around you have you actually noticed. The surah talks about creation, human beings, jinn, the sun and the moon, balance, the seas meeting, with a boundary between them, pearls and coral, ships, life, death, judgment, things we see, things we don't see, things we understand, and things that are still beyond us. And after all of it, the question comes back, which of your Lord's favors will you deny? Maybe that repetition is the point, because humans forget very quickly. We can stand inside something extraordinary for 20 years and eventually call it normal. We wake up, normal. We breathe, normal. Our body repairs itself, normal. We love somebody, normal. Someone loves us, normal. We have food, normal. We learn something, normal. We survive something we thought would destroy us. Eventually, somehow, even that becomes normal. Until we lose something, then suddenly we understand what it was worth. And I think this is one of the strangest things about us. We are surrounded by things we admit we don't completely understand. We look at the universe and say there are mysteries everywhere. We believe creation is bigger than what our eyes can see. Religious people already accept this. If you believe in the Quran, then belief in unseen creation is already part of the picture. Surah Ar-Rahman itself speaks directly about humans and jinn. Yet humans can still behave as though anything unfamiliar must immediately be impossible, or dangerous, or evil. And I find that fascinating. We say, God created more than what we understand. Then the second something doesn't fit what we already know, we say, impossible. Which one is it? I'm not saying believe every story somebody tells you. Definitely not. Independent thinking doesn't mean accepting everything strange. Actually, it means the opposite. Question it, examine it, look for evidence, ask what else could explain it. But there is a difference between questioning something and rejecting it simply because it makes you uncomfortable. And humans do this all the time, with ideas, with people, with cultures, with discoveries, with anything outside the familiar. Even our stories about aliens usually begin the same way. They arrive, they invade us, they destroy us, they take over Earth. Maybe they would. I don't know. Nobody knows. That's the point. But notice how quickly the unknown becomes the enemy. We haven't even met the imaginary alien yet, and somehow we have already decided he is coming here to kill us. Poor alien hasn't even parked the spaceship, but that tells us something about us. Fear fills empty spaces very quickly. When we don't know what something is, imagination starts working, and imagination doesn't always create something beautiful. Sometimes it creates a monster. The same thing happens with people. Somebody thinks differently, dangerous. Somebody behaves differently, wrong. Somebody has an ability we don't understand, suspicious. Someone introduces a new idea, threat. Sometimes there is a genuine danger. Of course, there is good in this world, and there is evil. Religion itself doesn't pretend otherwise. Human beings can do beautiful things and horrible things. And if we accept the Qur'anic description of jinn, even they are not presented simply as one cartoon category called evil. Creation is more complicated than that. So why do we keep reducing everything to, I understand it, therefore it is safe. I don't understand it, therefore it must be bad. Maybe fear needs simpler categories than reality does. I have had experiences in my own life that I interpreted spiritually and that other people interpreted completely differently. I'm not going to make this episode about proving what those experiences were. I don't need to. That isn't the point. The point is that when humans don't understand somebody else's experience, our first reaction is often not curiosity. It is dismissal. That didn't happen. That's impossible. You're imagining it. Sometimes that explanation may actually be correct. Sometimes there may be a psychological explanation, a physical explanation. a coincidence, a misunderstanding. And sometimes, maybe we simply don't know yet. Why is "I don't know" such a difficult sentence? For somebody who believes in an enormous creator, it should actually be one of the easiest sentences in the world. Because believing that creation is enormous should automatically mean accepting that my knowledge is small. That doesn't make me stupid, it makes me human. And maybe that is another favor we deny: mystery itself. The ability to discover, to question, to learn, to be surprised. We always talk about knowledge as the gift. But what about everything we don't know yet? Without the unknown, there would be no discovery, no curiosity, no science, no philosophy, no questions. Maybe uncertainty itself has value. And then there is another part of this ayah that hits me differently. The word favors, because we often think a blessing means something arriving: money, a house, success, health, love, an opportunity. Something we can point at and say, God gave me this, but then what? What do you do with it? Because receiving something and appreciating it are two different things. You can have millions sitting in a bank account and still live terrified of spending anything. You can have knowledge and hide it because you're afraid somebody else might benefit from it. You can have love and refuse to express it. You can have talent and never use it. You can have time and constantly say later. You can have food while somebody beside you is hungry. You can have enough for 10 lifetimes and still behave as though giving away one piece will destroy you. And then I imagine the accountant inside us, the little accountant who keeps recording everything. I have this much. I need to protect this much. Don't spend that. Don't share that. What if tomorrow comes? What if I need more? What if somebody gets what I have? What if I lose something? Everything becomes numbers in an account. Credit, debit, asset, loss, protect, store, save. And yes, obviously we need to be responsible. Protect yourself, save money, plan for tomorrow. I'm not suggesting we throw everything out the window because we're travelers, but sometimes the accountant becomes the owner of the entire life. And then you have to ask, what exactly are you saving everything for? At some point, the account closes. Surah Ar-Rahman says that everything upon the earth will pass away while God remains. We know this. We've known this since we were children. We are travelers. You can call it life. You can call it a journey. You can call it a test. Whatever language makes sense to you. But nobody stays, and somehow we live as though permanence is one purchase away. One more house, one more million, one more achievement, one more thing to protect. Then I'll feel safe. Then I'll enjoy myself. Then I'll give. Then I'll live. And life keeps moving. Maybe gratitude is not simply saying Alhamdulillah. Maybe gratitude also asks, what are you doing with what you were given? If you were given knowledge, what did you do with it? If you were given money, what did you do with it? If you were given kindness, where did you put it? If somebody trusted you, how did you treat that trust? If you were given influence, did you use it to lift people or control them? If you were given intelligence, did it make you more curious or just more arrogant? If you were given another day, what did you do with it? Because gifts create responsibility, and responsibility doesn't mean guilt, it means awareness. Maybe this is why I find this ayah so powerful. It doesn't tell me, you are grateful. It asks me, which one are you going to deny? A question forces you to participate, and depending on where you are in life, your answer changes. When I was a child, I used to ask God for things, very specific things. Some of the things I asked for were ridiculous. I remember some of them now and laugh. I'm absolutely not telling you what they were. I'm taking those to the grave. But at the time, they were serious to me. That was my little brain. That was my world. That was what I thought mattered. And maybe that's also beautiful. A child asks God with the understanding of a child. Then you grow. The questions change. The things you ask for change. Sometimes you stop asking for things altogether and start asking for understanding, or strength, or peace, or simply, help me see clearly. Maybe faith matures the same way humans do. At first, give me this. Later, help me understand this. And eventually, maybe, help me understand what I already have. Because sometimes what we're desperately asking for is sitting beside something we haven't even noticed. And this takes me back to fear. If creation is a gift, then maybe our responsibility is not to be terrified of everything inside creation. Respect danger, protect yourself, be intelligent, question things. But don't let fear become your entire philosophy, because fear can make us reject people we haven't understood. Ideas we haven't examined, experiences we haven't investigated, possibilities we haven't considered. It can even make us reject parts of ourselves. And sometimes culture does exactly the same thing. God gives somebody something, a personality, an ability, a mind, a curiosity, a talent. And instead of asking, how can this become something good? People immediately ask, will society accept it? That is such a strange exchange when you think about it. You believe something was given to you by God. Then you ask society whether you are allowed to appreciate it. Maybe society has wisdom sometimes. Culture can protect valuable things. But culture is also made by humans. Humans carry fear, prejudice, history, mistakes. So culture cannot automatically become the final accountant of God's gifts. And again, this doesn't mean everything I want must be good because God created me. No, that would be another lazy answer. We still have responsibility, we still have ethics, we still have consequences, we still have to think. But there is a huge difference between examining something ethically and rejecting it because it does not fit a familiar box. Maybe that is what this ayah keeps doing to me. Every time I think I've finished answering it, it opens another question. Which of your Lord's favors will you deny? The things I have, the things I lost, the things I learned because I lost them, the people I loved, the people who left, the ability to love again, knowledge, ignorance that pushes me toward knowledge, the visible, the unseen, the familiar, the mysterious, the fact that I am here at all. Maybe we think blessings are only the comfortable parts. I'm not saying suffering itself is automatically a blessing. Pain is pain, loss is loss. We don't need to romanticize misery. But sometimes something can come out of suffering that has value, understanding, boundaries, compassion, a different direction, a stronger question. You don't have to thank God for somebody hurting you in order to be grateful that you learned how not to become them. Those are two different things. And maybe that's what awareness does. It lets us separate things instead of throwing everything into one box. Good, bad, known, unknown, safe, dangerous, blessing, curse. Life is more complicated. Human beings are more complicated. Creation is certainly more complicated. So maybe the question is not demanding that I understand everything. Maybe it is demanding that I notice. Notice before denying, think before fearing, examine before judging, use before wasting, share before hoarding, appreciate before losing, and admit when you don't know. Because if I believe God created a universe larger than my imagination, then I shouldn't be surprised when reality occasionally exceeds my understanding. I should expect it, and I don't need to be afraid of every mystery. I just need enough awareness to know that mystery and danger are not the same thing. Enough humility to know that belief and knowledge are not the same thing. Enough critical thinking to know that openness doesn't mean believing everything. And enough gratitude to recognize that what I have is not automatically mine forever simply because it is in my hands today. So today I don't really have an answer. I have the same question, the one repeated throughout a surah I have heard since I was a child. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ? Then which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? And maybe the endless thought behind it is, how much of life do we deny, not because it isn't there, but because we never learned how to see it? Maybe that's a question worth carrying. One sentence, endless thoughts. Discussion based on Surah Ar-Rahman with references checked through Quran.com and Tafsir Ibn Kathir. The episode shares the thoughts and questions inspired by the surah and how its message can be understood in everyday life.